Sup guys, how are you? So we are going to be answering another question from this username, Sparkly Sprinkle Magic. I liked this question because I get it a lot, and it's not about me personally, so it's actually like helpful to you guys. So, here it is. I really like your show and it's inspired me to want to get started on YouTube. What do you think are some things I should consider before going through with it? So in the summertime when I was bored and thinking about making my channel, there were a lot of things that I thought about too before I made it. I think the most important thing about YouTube is that you have to realize that there are trolls. Before I even considered making this show, I had to sit down and like take a self-assessment and say to myself, okay, do I have the like mental stability to be told that I suck over and over and over again and still want to do this show? You have to have a lot of patience, and you also have to have a lot of humility, because I know that I say things all the time and people correct me. It's really easy when you're on YouTube and you're making something that's so public to get embarrassed and get defensive when people correct you. So you have to be able to put yourself into the mindset of, thank you for correcting me, now in the future I won't make that same mistake. Also, don't ever be afraid to ask for help. I know a lot of people try to ask like major YouTubers for help, like, hey, I just started this channel, you should check it out and tell me what you think. And a lot of times, unfortunately, they get a lot of messages, so they don't even get that message. They won't ever respond to it. But even just like, I mean, the normal everyday person is who you're hoping is going to watch your channel. So even if you don't always have like a YouTuber around to give you critique or criticism, then, I mean, even just bringing your friends in and being like, okay, so I made this, tell me honestly, how do you think it is? The very first one that I ever made, I didn't even upload because it was basically this. Video games and, are totally ridiculous. I had to get rid of the ums, which I still do sometimes. It's funny because I completely phased them out, and then I slowly started bringing them back in, so I'm trying to get rid of them again. Playing with my hair, I still do, but I don't do it constantly. And looking off camera, I still do, but I don't do constantly. In fact, I think I just did it. So I would say in terms of, like, personality type, just know that, you know, you're going to want to improve. You're going to want to continue to make your show better, and you're going to want to be able to take feedback, but also be able to sift through it and say, okay, that's not really matching up with what I'm hoping for in this show, and that is, so maybe I'll try to work that in. I think the thing that a lot of people forget is that YouTube is so community based. Like, within my first few episodes, I was able to start making major changes because I was seeing comment after comment after comment say the same thing and suggest the same thing in order to make the show better. In terms of software, I like to use Sony Vegas because it's really versatile, and I know a lot of people who use Final Cut Pro, but both of those programs are super expensive, and I happen to be lucky enough that a friend of mine had it. So I've used Windows Movie Maker in a pinch, I've used iMovie in a pinch. They definitely work, especially if you just have like a basic show, or if you're doing like sketch stuff, like anything comedic. Those should be able to work for you until you're able to get something a little bit better. But I don't know. I mean, I guess the biggest thing is just making sure that your show is something that you really care about, that it's something that you enjoy, something that you're not going to get sick of really quickly, and that, you know, you have the mental agility to handle all of the things that are going to get thrown at you constantly, because it is so community based. People are going to be responding immediately to the thing that you've put up. So if you're cool with that, if you can handle that nonsense, then I think you're golden. I mean, why not? Start a show. Don't upload while you're drunk. I've never done that, but I know people who have, and they've been really regretful of the things that have been put on their channel. Hope that's even remotely helpful. Thanks for asking that question, and I'll talk to you guys in the news or in some other nonsense later. QQ, baby!